boy, this is gonna be a long one. I haven't been showing it off, but I got into Maplestory 2 beta. And I liked the game so much that I decided to make it my permanent residence for at least some amount of time after release. I know that in Korea and China it had a rather rocky road, with it going from many players to little. I also know that recently in Korea it went back up into top 40 most played MMOs though, so it does not actually feel like it will go the bless route. Fingers crossed. So that's enough for me to give Maplestory 2 a chance. I'm going to go into great detail about as many parts of the game as I can in this video. So to start off, monetization. This being a free-to-play title, monetization is very much a hot topic. Is it pay to win? I would say borderline not. However, there's certainly some pay to convenience. Biggest offenders for me in the current cash store include revives for real money. In an instance, you get one free revive where your teammates can get you up, 3 revives paid with in-game money, and the rest are paid for in real money, or you can restart at the start of the dungeon and run back to the fight. Also, the store sells strong health potions. As a healer class, I never had to use even the regular ones that you can buy with in-game money, however those two are most definitely rubbed me the wrong way. World chat and channel chat are both behind paywalls. A single message to world chat costs 90 American cents, a single message to zone chat costs 30 American cents. It is a double-edged sword. In one way it makes advertising your guild in game really hard, but in another way it keeps the spam that happens in these games to a minimum. Regular pay-to-convenience stuff that you would expect from a free-to-play game also exists, such as ability to auto-fish for a certain amount of time or auto-play an instrument for a certain amount of time, both which grant you XP by the way. Another weird thing for anyone coming from anywhere else but Maplestory 1 is special haircuts. You pay $6 to essentially press a randomize button. You don't actually know what haircut you'll get, you know that it will be one of the choices shown on the hairdresser though. Regular haircuts that were available in Create a Character screen can be bought outright. And you can save your previous haircut, making it only cost 10 American cents to switch. Meaning that technically you can go in and randomize yourself, hopefully all of the special haircuts, and just save them, though that would cost quite a bit of money. Unlike Maplestory 1 though, if you buy a costume it is permanent. You can only keep 100 costumes on your character, and there's no banking system that I'm aware of. You can pay real money to expand your inventory. 3 spaces cost about $3.5. But to me, that's an incentive to stop buying costumes rather than expand my inventory space, so we're gonna see how that goes. I absolutely loved the mounts, costumes, and emotes available in the store. I also felt like the game offered me a great deal of fun in-game stuff to do and some to wear for free as well. So even though convenience stuff rubs me the wrong way, I still don't feel like I would be too restricted as a free-to-play player. Casual activities. I feel like this is where Maplestory 2 excels and what makes me stick around. You have the ability to create your own music, or play music from music sheets on multiple instruments. Everyone gets free housing, though you can pay in-game money and upkeep in-game money in order to place your house into the world and therefore show it off to everyone. In-game world spaces are limited, but everyone gets their own little private corner regardless. You have mini-games that pop up randomly in the right corner of your screen that you can partake in. A guild can also host these themselves, and you can enter some extra ones from the Maple Arcade menu item. Then there's of course your everyday stuff such as fishing, gathering, crafting, decorating, cooking, enchanting, pet taming, potion making. I feel like if you're interested in the casual side of the game, then you will be busy for a very long time. And that's the primary part which I was looking for, so I feel like I will feel happy here.
Next question.
Quests. The world of Maplestory 2 has the main questline that really does not take itself seriously but is charming in its own way. This, outside of the casual stuff, will be your primary source of XP. There are currently 160 side quests that will not give you that much XP but will give you some money, potions and similar items. Then there are exploration stars. Every map has 3 to 5 key things that you can do to earn them, and if you earn enough of them, you will get extra rewards such as attribute points, parts of a costume, and some consumables. Also worth noting that Maplestory 2 has a tab called Maple Guide. If you're planning on playing the game, you should definitely use it. It has a small tutorial lessons that also give you free stuff. The mount one gives you a free car, for example, for doing like a 1-minute race sort of little quest. Guilds. I like Maplestory's 2 guild system. You can select your guild focus, what is the guild meaning to do, active times and member ages. Every guild gets a free guild house, though this is customizable in very few ways. It's mostly selecting from 2 presets and then selecting what you place, as opposed to player housing that has a high level of customization. Guilds can activate very strong guild buffs that also cost a lot, allow players to buy cheaper personal buffs, can host mini-games in the guild arcade, and that's about it. Other normal guild functionality applies. At first you start with 30 guild spaces, but this upgrades as your guild levels up. Guild gets XP from member attendance, minigame participation, guild quest participation, and guild raid clears. That makes your guild focus more on people that will be active and do stuff together and less on just the overall size. Endgame! I did not do much endgame! What is this heresy, you say? Well, for one thing, Maplestory 2 for me is all about the casual stuff. For another thing, closed beta 2 participants only have access to level 50 out of 99, meaning our experience of endgame will be limited either way. I can tell you what I've heard though. The game has some hard dungeons and some raids. I could not give you the exact number. There are hardcore guilds already getting prepared to rush them. The game has ranked PvP. You will be playing with about 8 or so skills at endgame. However, you are always free to reskill and respec your character as many times as you want. Ranked PvP has its own gear and is not using PvE gear. PvE gear acquisition is uneven and some hard dungeons give gear that is better than the one of the raids, at least in Korean and Chinese version. You will likely have to increase your item level through enchanting before you will be able to enter the next hard dungeon or the next raid that you have access to. Enchanting costs a lot and is fairly grindy. Another thing that you can do is buy gear from the black market, aka this game's equivalent to an auction house, from players that have already passed these dungeons. You are limited to 10 dungeons a day or 30 dungeons a week. After that, you don't get any more dungeon drops until reset. This game will likely torment you if you are a hardcore player that wants to go fast. Endnotes. I think I've covered pretty much everything. I know that my coverage was a bit vague, but that is why I called it First Impressions and not a full-on review. In fact, I tend to not review MMOs until I have several thousand hours in them and know what I'm talking about. This is the primary reason why the only MMO that I reviewed was Final Fantasy XIV, despite also spending several hundred hours in Elder Scrolls Online and Black Desert Online. Overall, Maplestory 2 left me a positive first impression. Me and my guild are going to be creating ourselves a new home here, and new beginnings are always incredibly exciting. I remember feeling similarly excited to be there in Wildstar's open beta, and while Wildstar did die over time, I don't regret the time that I've spent there. So here goes to new starts, new hope, new beginning, and new friends. If you are unsure about Maplestory 2 yourself, remember that once it releases it will be free to play, meaning just trying it out will cost you nothing. And if you're looking for a casual guild yourself, I will leave a link to my guild advert on the official forums in the description below. Thank you for watching.